Welcome to the Girl Talk Mental Health. Girl Talk Mental Health dares to go where others won't. We unpack the hard truths about mental health, dissect trending topics, and challenge the stereotypes and stigmas holding us back. From navigating the 6 dimensions of wellness to redefining social norms, this is more than a discussion. It's a revolution in how we care for our minds and souls. Ready for bold, honest conversations that spark change? Let's dive in. It's time for real talk with real impact.
What does it truly mean to redeem yourself as a Black woman in a world that profits off your pain but silences your power? Today's episode is for every Black woman who ever questioned her worth while carrying the world on her back. With the topic Redeeming Ourselves, Black Women, I'm honored to be joined by Miss Kimberly Price, who knows the cost of being too strong for too long. So let's welcome to the stage Miss Kimberly Price. Hello. Welcome, welcome.
Nice.
So let the audience know a little bit about who you are.
Great. So I'm Kimberly Pack, and I am the owner of Ascend Together.
I said the wrong name. Why I said Price? I said Price. I'm sorry. Why you didn't say sister? Pack. I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
It's good. Kimberly Pack is close, right? Pack. Kimberly Pack, and I am the founder and CEO of Ascend Together. I basically am a career coach, and I'm helping high achieving women redefine success for themselves, and a rest coach, because really I want us to center well-being as we chase this bag.
Okay, because that's important because you need to stay energized.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to dive into this impactful conversation for today?
I'm ready. I'm always ready to talk about this, particularly around Black women.
It's important because, we have a lot of things we have going on more than the typical person couldn't ever understand.
Agreed.
So let's start with some personal reflection. So
Okay.
what was the earliest moment you realized the world didn't see your softness as strength?
Um, I think, I mean, even with that question, right? So I don't know if I even need the world to see my softness as strength. Like, my softness is for me. Our softness is for us. It's our commitment to ourselves. So I even appreciate that question, because so often we are looking for how external things show up for us or how they receive us. And I think around this topic about redeeming ourselves, the part of that is us deciding that we are the most important factor, that our opinion of ourselves, our thoughts, our dreams, what we're looking for is really what's important. And I think when we continue to look out for the world, whoever that is, bosses, relationships, friends, the man, whatever, the systems at work, whatever, to see us fully, we've already kind of gotten off track.
So
Because they're
how would she implement the softness side? Like, sometimes they feel like we always have a chip on our shoulder, or what is it, the angry Black woman, that type of thing right there. So where's that kind of balance? What do you think that balance is with it?
I think the balance is being yourself. I think because you can be the nicest to someone and they still find you, because you're not doing exactly what they want, they can still find you difficult. They may still mirror your name, right? Right. They may still do the thing. And so that's the thing. You could do everything that you think is right and appropriate, and someone may still walk away with a different opinion of you. And so that's why we really have to get settled in who we are. And with this redemption of ourselves, as part of this is redeeming ourselves from these thoughts and beliefs of other people. Because we have to interact with other people, but we don't have to let other people decide who we are and how we show up. Now, there's some parts of us that people don't get to see, and that's their loss, because they haven't earned that part of us.
Exactly.
Right? But we get to keep that. We get to say, who we are and how we're showing up. And and live in that truth about who we are.
All right, that's good. So, what's one moment in your life? I'm about to get in your business a little bit. I love, that's what I call it. I'm about to get in your business. So, what's one moment in your life where you realized redemption was possible for you?
I think the moment in my life was I had already been working in corporate America at a Fortune 50 company for about 3 years. And it was my first time at like a major, large company. And I went in there thinking, one, that I had to prove myself. Because I'm like, oh, I need to let these people know that I belong in this room, that I belong at this director level title, that this money they're paying me was the most money I had made so far, that I was going to deserve every dollar, right? And I went in there and I worked my butt off. And I worked in ways that even irritated people, which I didn't realize. My showing up and doing the most and trying to save the company. I came on with a cape. I was going to save the company. I was going to protect the company from all these stupid people doing things that didn't make sense, all these incompetent people. And I was going to pick up the slack. And I went in there to save this company that had been around over 100 years. I was going to come in and save the company. And I realized after I literally gave the company all my energy. I mean, I was in this job, so I'm working the job. And then guess what I'm doing after the job? Talking about the job. I'm talking about the people. Anybody who listening, my mama know every coworker, my friends know every coworker. I had given up all of my energy. I had given up all of my thought process. That job, literally, I gave it a lot of my capacity. I didn't leave room for a lot of stuff, particularly about myself and what my dreams were and what my true goals were. And so it was through therapy that I get in here. And I went to therapy. I didn't think it was a workplace thing, but it turned out to be a workplace thing. So you can be in a thing and not even realize what you're doing because it was so
Absolutely.
and it was so used to me. And it was through my practice with therapy with a Black woman therapist who had seen it all, had heard it all, because she had counseled other women just like me, over women who were doing too much on these jobs, hurting our own feelings,
Right.
these jobs. And
And
so
not being compensated properly as well.
being compensated,
Somebody else getting your compensation.
taking on tasks we shouldn't be taking on, saying yes when we need to be saying no, all of those things. So the system is the system. But there's some things that we're doing that impacts our experiences at these jobs too. And that's what I really try to show. So to this redeeming. So with this thing about redemption, it's really about regaining possession of. So what I'm inviting Black women to do is regain possession of themselves. It's about buying back freedom. Buy back your own freedom. Okay.
Like your mules and your acres.
Yes. You're for yourself. You get to decide, because we consciously and unconsciously has given ourselves away. We're giving our energy away. We're giving our good work away. We're giving our skills away. And we have forgotten about ourselves. And we don't even know why we're doing the things, or the reasons we're doing it ain't even aligned with who we are and what we want. And so I'm inviting women, Black women in particular, to redeem ourselves.
We always try to live up to societal norms too. That's what it is. Like, those statistics and those societal norms. We always trying to live up to them instead of trying to break them. We trying to mold into them and make people think like, hey, yeah, I could do this, I could do that.
Yeah. And so what happens when we decide to reassess things? This is not about quitting our jobs unless you have an exit strategy, you have a plan. So I want to be very clear, because people take stuff too far. So let me be very clear. This is about you pausing. This is about you evaluating your current life and seeing in this current moment, are you living the life that you want to live? And some people, we don't even know what life we want to do. We know we want to pay bills. Like, our thought process is so survival driven. Like, we're not even worried about the joy. We may go somewhere and buy a Black joy shirt, but we ain't experiencing the joy. So that's the other thing we can put on the front. And so I'm just inviting Black women to pause. And it's scary to stop, because we be going. And it's scary to be like, is there something more when I have a title, I have a job, maybe you even have the husband and the 2 kids, and something's still not feeling right, and you're thinking, I should be grateful for this life. But if it's not the life of your dreams, it's not the life you really want, let's take this pause and redeem ourselves. redeem ourselves. And then that redemption looks like me starting to evaluate what is it that I really want, and then doing the actions, taking aligned, inspired actions that will get me to that place that I actually want to be in, the one that I've consciously decided I want to be, not the place I just found myself because that man is the one that ended up liking me, or this was the only job that I thought I could get at the time, and I'm scared to leave. The job market's so bad. It's so scary out here with this administration. Maybe regardless, without regard, okay, to what's going on at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, without regard what might be happening with that man laying next to you. Without regard, what is it, Black woman, that you want, that you desire, without regard with how old you are right now. So if you're 56 right now, 70, what is it that you want today? I don't care about. It's not too late. It's
Yeah,
not.
don't be stuck in that woulda, shoulda, couldas either. Like what you said,
Listen,
where you at today?
where are you today and where do you want to be? And then
Mm.
let's start marching that. I don't even care what happened yesterday. That's the other thing about redemption, is you can make another choice today. This is not even something we have to work up to. This is something today I can decide that I am going to take the steps to live the life of my dreams. And so
Well,
one, letting us dream. Like, let's think about what it is that we really want. Because some of us don't know what we want. We know what we should want. We know what's on Instagram. We know what some of our girlfriends say they want. But getting really clear about what we want as an individual is super important. And then pursuing that.
and then peace is important too. So how do we break free from the myth that we must suffer in silence to prove our strength?
Yeah, like that's exactly what it is, a myth. And suffering is not alignment. And a lot of Black women, we are women of faith, right? And so when you're a woman of faith, that's the thing. One of the things I part of redeeming yourself is making some different choices. And one of the choices that I offer women and I want them to take me up on is living a well-rested life. And that sounds absolutely contrary to the grind culture, to the go get your bag, to come hustle. And I'm like, that grind culture is killing us. Stress is literally killing us. Like in our bodies, people are being sent to bed, our organs are shut down because we're not paying attention to ourselves. And so we are stressed and we're burnt out. And again, not even living life. When you stress over something that you don't even want this life, and you're dying over it, literally, right? And so this commitment to a well-rested life is really about us leaning into our boundaries. It's leaning into permission to say no. That's understanding that people pleasing ain't gonna work going forward. Somebody may not like the decision, but they just gotta respect it. We don't need them to like it.
Right.
I don't need you to like. I just need you to respect the
it.
decision, right? And giving us the gift of beauty in our lives, of joy, of laughter, of gratitude, of communication. Because now we have to communicate these boundaries. We have to say what we need. We have to ask for help. This is part of living a well-rested life. So I ain't talking about going to sleep. I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about creating a life in which we experience joy every day. Every day is not going to be running through the poly fields, but a portion of every day should be running through the poppy fields. It sure should be.
Okay.
If you don't have that piece of joy every day, then that's the challenge.
And then, the thing about it is like you have to be at peace with it, like you said, like whatever, and don't feel like you have to people please, but your decision is your decision for yourself. And then everybody else, like if they don't nurture whatever it is that you have in place, then they not the people for you, right? You shouldn't have to be going against the grind. They should be nurturing you and feeling into you and, helping you make sure that your dreams and the thoughts that you have or whatever you want is being fulfilled instead of trying to tell you to go a different way.
That's right. And I think the way we get there, the first stop, and then we'll talk about community because I think you're talking about some good stuff here, who we surround ourselves with and who's on our team. But the first thing the second thing, right, because I'm talking about so many things, but the next thing that is like just a thought for people to consider is, are they safe with themselves? And what I found for myself that I wasn't safe with me. And what do I mean when I say that? I'm saying I was hypercritical of myself. I would have a thought or a dream or desire, and I would knock down my own dream. I would look in the mirror and say, oh, girl, you need to lose this weight. And it would be critical. If I need to lose the weight or release the weight, I can do that, but I can do it in a way that's loving to me.
Right.
I can do it in a way that doesn't disrespect me. We out here disrespecting ourselves. We out here telling ourselves we ugly. We out here telling ourselves we not enough and we need to do. So one of the things that's so critical to living the life of our dream is we become safe with ourselves. Because when we aren't safe with ourselves, that's why a lot of other people don't treat us right either.
Right.
And
People teach you how you treat yourself.
And it's familiar.
Mm-hmm.
So you might not even think to be offended because it feels like how you treat yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So this idea that I'm my own safest place. So that means if I make a mistake, I'm going to still hug and love on myself and say, girl, that was a mistake, but what's the lesson? I'm going to have a dream. And I'm like, yes, girl, this is that dream. Let's go get it. You deserve this. If you thought it, then how do we get it going? Right? And if there's things that need to shift or pivot, we can do that without bashing ourselves. We can do it without punishing ourselves. We can honor ourselves and our environment, right? Because there was a time where I could tell when I'm off by my environment because I like it when it's clean and neat. And when it get messy, I'm like, what's going on?
Right.
What's going on? Because I deserve to be in nice spaces. When I mess up my own space, I know something's happening. When I'm not picking up behind myself, and I come in, I'm like, oh my goodness, look, I check in. So being our own safest place, that I'm safe with me. I don't care what nobody else say. I'm be my own cheerleader. We'll get some other people, but I'm my number one cheerleader. At this point in my life, I was not here, but it is powerful. It is powerful for me to know that there's nothing on this earth that will make me not like me. I like me. I could be wrong, girl. You was a little wrong, but you can fix this.
Nobody like you more than you like you.
Yes.
And I know one of my signals that when I'm off or whatever is how I dress. If I start wearing dark colors and start wearing a lot of sweats and just like I just rolled out the bed type of thing, and I know that's when I'm like, wait a minute, girl, you got to lift yourself up. What's going on? You dressing too dark. You don't care if you're dressing up. You're wearing sweats every day. So even the way I dress kind of helps me to signify if I'm on a path of, spiraling or something like that, or my self-confidence, I need to do something to boost myself up.
Yeah, and it's important that we know ourselves in that way. Because sometimes I talk to women and they don't even know. They don't know. They can't tell you when they go out. They don't know what they're feeling. They don't know. Where they're so detached from their own emotions and their own living. They're just going through the motions. And I'm like, y'all, we only have one life that we're consciously aware of. This is it.
That's it.
This is it. And then we don't even know how long we gonna be here. So this idea that we would waste any more time. So once they hear this message, I'm like, listen, this was your sign. This is it. If you made it over here to Girl Talk Mental Health, this is your sign to act right now. Because this is our one life. So this message came to you because you needed this message.
Right time, right place.
You needed it. And so take us up on the challenge of making the change so that you live a life that you are happy with. Because the thing about not moving or not thinking this for you is that it don't feel good to be in your regret. Because the same voice that you might listen to that tell you you can't do it is the same voice that's going to berate you when you're still in the same situation.
Right.
Because you ain't established yourself as a safe place yet. Because my safe voice be like, all right, this ain't going well, girl. Now, what we gonna do to get us on track? So my voice track, so I don't take in every thought. That thought has to align with who I am and where I'm going. So a thought can come in. I'm like, we gonna reject that thought. That thought does not serve me.
You better. Well, Miss Kimberly, this is a perfect place for us to take a quick commercial break. So the people, you gave too much. They need to soak this in. They need to breathe. They should have their journals out. They should be taking notes and everything. So let's do a quick commercial and then we'll be right back.
Let's do it.
You weren't meant to break. You were set apart. What if your deepest pain was the birthplace of your greatest purpose? Meet Gingerbread, a child caught in the chaos of her mother's depression and suicide attempts. She never asked for trauma, shame, or to feel invisible, but she found something greater. Set Apart, the journey to find hope through loneliness, shame, and death is more than a book. It's the breakthrough you didn't know you needed. If you've ever said, "I'm fine," when you were falling apart. If you've ever thought, "This story isn't for me," it is. Don't let fear, excuses, or busyness rob you of healing. This book will shatter the silence, stir your soul, and remind you, you were never forgotten. You were set apart. Set apart. The Journey to Find Hope in Times of Shame, Loneliness, and Death by author Virginia Dale Manning. Available now, because hope can't wait.
Well, welcome back, and whew, I'm over here sweating. I had to drink me some water, child. Let me get another sip. She dropping too many nuggets for me. She got me over here thinking about myself over here.
Good.
So tell us, what does redemption look like in your life, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally?
It's all the things that we talked about, right? So I am committed to myself today. And there are certain things I'm just not going to sign up for. So, for example, I've had enough bad workplace experiences that when I went into my next job, my next W-2 role, I was like, it needs to align. And I had never in my job search ever withdrew from so many roles because in the past, like, I got to get this dollar, this money right then, this right. But I was at a place where I was clear that I wasn't going back into one of these places where it was going to be hard for me out jump. All these jobs got something. There's no perfect role, but there were always signs in these roles that told me this was a mess I was going into, and I ignored those signs, or I thought I can do it, I can overcome, I can do anything, I can jump through these hoops. Like I went into places knowing that I was going to jump over hoops. No more. The hoops, I put my hula hoop down.
You have redeemed yourself.
I redeemed myself, and so even in my next role that I took, it was ease. It was with ease. These people thought I was great. I was in an interview. They was telling me how great I was. I hadn't experienced that really. Because usually in these interviews, you got to sell them and tell them why they were like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what. And I was like, it was a little off putting for a second. It was like, what y'all talking about? But that's what I wanted. And see, that's another thing. Sometimes we get the things we ask for and then be acting weird about it. So I was like, what's happening here? But yes, these people, and it was one of the easiest processes I went through. And so that's like one part of it. But the other part really is me being aware of what my dreams are and giving myself that space to dream and then executing, making those steps. So launching Ascend Together was a dream of mine because I wanted to help women, particularly Black women in corporate spaces. I wanted to help Black women who are entrepreneurs who are chasing a bag and leaving themselves behind, stressed, because I know that at these levels where these women are doing things well on paper, they're not really living into their gifts, and we suffer as a world. We want your gifting, your skills, your light. And some of us are doing things, but our light's not shining. Our best ideas aren't available to us because we're just in a place where we can't even receive them. And so building Ascend Together, taking Black women on retreats that I call the Redeem Yourself experience, right? Where these women will, for 84 hours, focus on their well-being, their dreams, lean into their curiosity in a luxurious wellness resort within community.
Okay,
Right.
where's my
So
invite?
that's what my redemption looks like. Yeah.
Where my invite?
Girl, it's in your earbox. Don't worry about it.
My inbox. Well,
Yeah.
look, we had my favorite part of the show, which is the spotlight question. So
Okay.
are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay.
How about that for you?
Yes, a little razzle dazzle. I'm here for it. Let's do it.
So what's one mindset shift or action step you believe could transform how we approach mental health and wellness in our daily lives?
I think that shifting to becoming your own safest place. I think when we do that work and when we become our own safest place, I think it helps us with everything because then there's nothing that we are not willing to face. So that means if we feel the pain because we're our own safest place, we're going to go to the doctor. If we feeling like things are foggy and not right, we're going to go ahead and make that therapist appointment. Because when we are our own safest place, we do the things that big us up. We do the things that support us to pursue the life of our dreams. And when you're not safe, that's when you try to hide. That's when you deny. That's when you go put it off, right? And so no, when we become our own safest place, we are not afraid to face things, to deal with things, to enlist help. And I think that's the game changer because becoming our own safest place is not about becoming an island. It is literally about creating giving ourselves a yes, and then inviting other people who can help us to build the life that we want. So that's that community. Who are the people we're bringing in? Like you said, who are the people who are going to cheerlead us? Who are the people who have the good ideas? Who are the people that got connections? And this ain't about necessarily getting rid of all your current friends. It may be you need to add a bunch of new people.
Right.
And then maybe some of these boogers need to go. You got to do that assessment.
Right.
But you need to know who's around you. And you can do that community check, and making sure that you have that, and you can know you have it because you earned it. You know, not that you earned it because you're worthy and it's inherent, but becoming your own safe place tells you that you're worthy of community, that you're worthy of this type of support. So becoming your own safest place is the life hack that everybody needs to achieve and conquer.
Ooh, that was good. Now let the people know where they can connect with you, and then if you have some type of event or a special offer going on, let them know that as well.
Yes, the Redeem Yourself experience is happening this fall. You can find me on IG at Together Ascend. And from there, my link in bio will take you to everything you need to know that's going on by the time you see this. Yes. So I hope you come over. I hope you come see me. I hope you could consider redeeming yourself with me and some other like-minded women.
All right, because it's necessary. Well, we want to thank you for this powerful conversation. So if you missed any part of it, go back and rewatch, grab your girlfriend, redeem each other, nurture each other, go and connect with Miss Kimberly Pack, connect with Girl Talk Mental Health. And if you're watching this and felt a tug in your soul, like, hey, I need to be redeemed, that's your healing calling you, okay? Don't silence it. Pay attention. Subscribe, share this episode with someone who needs to know they are worthy, and join us next week on Girl Talk Mental Health for more faith-filled and truth-telling healing. You have any closing comments, Miss Kimberly?
Redeem yourself, ladies. Redeem yourself. That's it.
Thank you for joining us for Girl Talk Mental Health. Remember, your mental health is your wealth. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to at Virginia Del Manning.